welcome to MGP565. I'm Kevin. With me as ever, there's Sheepdog, Anna, and Pab. Say hello, boys and girls.
Hello.
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 Anna, can you say hello again?
Oh.
That was excellent. Oh, wow, she's actually yawning through it.
Hello.
This is amazing.
I'm so
Sheepdog's
tired.
not that boring. I know he spoke for a long time before the show, but goodness me.
I'm tired, Kevin. I'm tired. Leave me alone.
I'm taking Anna out on an adventure today.
Yeah, but it's not just you. It was Rue as well.
Yeah, it's Andy's birthday. As we're recording, it's Andy's birthday. So, as every 20-year-old wants for their birthday, he wanted to go and see his favourite church bells. So we went to his favourite church bells, which just happened to be like 2 hours from where we live now, which is excellent. And then on the way home, I said, "Hey, Anna, while we're out, as it looks like we're going to be moving house, why don't we go in completely the opposite direction
Said no.
and go to IKEA?"
I did say no.
She said no. And then I remembered I was the one driving. So we went there anyway. And I got to have meatballs. And we got home about 15 minutes ago, having left the house at 9 o'clock this morning. For those of you who aren't on the call, which is probably not many of you, it's 7:15 in the evening. So I've had Anna out of the house pretty much all day, making her try and imagine in 3D space how our new living room could be laid out, because I left all my diagrams at home, which was also fun in the middle of IKEA when we're trying to use a random piece of paper with no pen to try and mark out the shape of our new irregularly shaped living room, and not being able to communicate to each other at all what is going where, because I left my graph paper here. So yeah, it was a useless trip. All we did was went there and had some meatballs, and I brought home some of the little cinnamon pastry things, and we bought nothing else.
Still no gravy.
I mean, that feels like you fulfilled every target you set yourself before you
I
left.
didn't do anything.
Yeah, no, you didn't set any targets. Yeah, you had no targets.
Meatballs. Yeah, I wanted meatballs and cinnamon pastries. So I'm pretty happy with how it turned out.
And now
we had a piece of dime cake.
Well, I can't have that because apparently they chock it full of meat somehow. I don't even know what they do with it. It's normally vegetarian through one source, but the ones in IKEA riddled with meat. They're just slathered in ham or something.
It was
dime bar.
Yeah, I mean,
it was pretty meaty.
We were in there looking at the bags because we wanted to know whether they were vegetarian safe, and the woman was like, "Oh no, they're not." And I thought, she doesn't know what she's on about. I'm going to get a bag anyway. And then on the way home, I was Googling it, and yeah, no, she was right. The woman who worked there and knew what she was talking about was right. Wow. But
they do have 75p vegan hot dogs, so you could have had one of them.
And sausages, the meatballs are now.
I'm like 30% vegan hot dog. That's like what I'm made of these days. I just want to eat
a penis brag.
Vegetarian dime. But yeah, IKEA just need to catch up. I don't know what the difference is. I don't know whether they just, there's a lot of animals running around outside.
The usual thing. There'll be gelatin in there, presumably. That's the usual thing, isn't it?
Where's the jelly in a dime bar? They're dry as anything. I reckon they just have animals running wild outside, and now and again the truck just runs them all down. So they're just
perhaps there's some suet in there. Suet and gelatin. They'll have squeezed them both in somehow.
Is suet the one from cow's vomit or something?
No, I think it's cow connective tissue or something. It's suet. It's what they use to make like dumplings.
Yeah,
so
they also have it in that
in there somewhere.
I really found I liked pesto, and then it turned out that was just suet and herbs, basically. It's like, no.
Maybe you'd be a much happier vegetarian if you stopped looking at the labels and were just like, look, this looks vegetarian to me. Just do it based on what it looks like. I can't obviously see there's any meat on this. Therefore, it counts.
I mean, I'll let you in on a little secret. I don't tend to read the labels. The mistake I make is eating them in front of vegans or other vegetarians who are a little bit more into that. So like my friend Shelley will just go, "Oh, no, don't have dime bars. They're not vegetarian." And I'm like, "God damn it, Shirley, why?"
See, this is why whenever I'm eating a delicious treat, I always do it on my own in a dark cupboard so no one can see what I'm doing. It's the only reason I do it that way.
I mean, if Shirley's, she's not listening, but if she ever wonders why I don't talk to her about food anymore, it is because she keeps teaching. Because I was basically like, "Oh yeah, work of got in these Subway sandwiches. I always get this pesto and tomato one. It's amazing." And she was like, "Pesto's not vegetarian."
How is it not vegetarian?
Because it's got the cow tissue stuff in it. But I was just like, Shelley, stop it. You ruined my lunch. Although the guy who ran the place was just like, "No, it's our vegetarian sandwich. Stop it." And he was like insistent they were vegetarian.
I mean, it certainly couldn't be vegan because it's full of cheese, isn't it? Pesto. Is pesto the one with cheese in?
I don't think so. It's green poppy stuff.
I'm sure it's got parmesan and.
We don't have a lot of pesto. I thought it was like pine nuts and parmesan and olive oil.
I don't know. Anyway, so I other vegetarians need to stop telling vegetarians what to eat. Just let me be ignorant. Although, I mean, in principle, they're right. But, sometimes I just want a dime bar, damn it. They just need to stop mowing down innocent animals on their way to delivering them. That's as far as I'm concerned. If there's someone out there, I think it's Cadbury make them without the murder in them. So, IKEA just needs to change recipes. There's probably just some stubborn guy in the IKEA factory going, no, it doesn't taste as good without the death in it. He just needs to stop and let me have my way.
Well, I suspect he knows what he's talking about because they are the kings of dime. So
they are.
I don't even really like dime bars. I just like the dime bar cake. So I have dime bar cake, but I could take or leave the bar itself.
I've got a feeling the dime bar cake is vegetarian because I think they buy them from. I think I was reading this online and was like, well, I'm not going to just go there and eat cake and not bring home 4 bags of the stuff.
That would be irresponsible.
Yeah, I'll go one for the journey home, one for when I get in, and then like one to eat after I've finished the other one.
Yeah, I did buy my little cinnamon pastries with the plan to bring them home, and basically as I walked in the door, cracked open the bag and half of them are now gone because they were for home. I've done my bit. I brought them home. What more do you want from me?
Wow.
But yeah, that was the headline news. You might have picked up on the secret piece of minor news that was part of discussing the headline news, which of course was the trip to IKEA, and that is it looks like me and Anna are moving house. I think we touched on it last week.
No,
that we might have to move house. We're still not 100% certain. We haven't actually got a new tenancy agreement on the new place, but we found somewhere we like. We've paid our holding deposit. We're just waiting for our referencing to come back, but apparently the referencing is all back. So now we're just waiting for some little nerd somewhere to check it all and make sure that we're not criminals, I guess. I don't really know what it involves. They've had letters from our accountant and our landlord. Yeah. But that's the thing. Even if it turns out we are criminals, I'll just give them more money. I don't understand. People get houses. I don't understand what they're checking. It's not like they're going to be like, oh, actually, no, you can't live anywhere. Of course, we're going to be able to live somewhere. It's madness.
If they've seen any film about criminals, they should know that they don't tell if they find out you're a criminal, they need to meet you in the street and be like, Mr. Chapman, here's some bread I made, and you have to taste it and say this is good bread, and then someone introduces you to their baby and you pat it on the head, and yeah, that's the only thing that's probably what they're checking.
Very specific film reference that I don't get because I don't watch films.
I don't even know what film that's from. I've just seen it parodied a million times, but yeah, that's what they're checking, whether they need to give you that level of respect that fear comes with. That's all it is.
Well, the exciting news is, as part of the new house, Anna will be recording the podcast downstairs again, so no more altitude Anna that we've had to put up with for the last 4 months or so.
I won't have a room anymore.
You were going to have an enormous living room. We've decided that as a couple in their 40s, nearly.
I am not 40.
I said nearly, with no children at home. We don't need a conventional living room because I certainly don't ever go in there. I don't use it. There is no reason for the biggest room in the house to just be full of a load of spare furniture just in case some strangers come round. Absolutely ridiculous. There needs to be room in there for at most 2 people to sit down. Most of the time it'll only ever be 1 person. So
no, 3 people.
Dave's not a person.
Yes, he is.
He is a hound. So we've decided that we're going to take this enormous living room and basically put the sofa and the TV hidden in one corner of it, all squashed up. And the majority of the room is going to be what is Anna's Lego room / office that she's recording out of now. So she can have her computer in there, all her Lego and stuff in there. The big advantage of that, of course, being I still get to have 2 rooms, which is ideal. Because then I still get one for my office and one for my toys. So it's going to be excellent. Very exciting.
Are you getting an office and a toy room? Is that what you're saying?
That's correct, yes.
You're a monster, aren't you?
Exactly.
I don't see the problem. What's the problem? I can't play in where I work, and I can't work where I play. That's mad.
Why don't you make like the living room the smaller room of the three, and then have the big living room as your joint playroom?
Do you want to do that, Anna? Do you want that tiny little room upstairs to be where you play all your games and sit around during the day and stuff?
No, I don't. No.
There we go.
No,
That's why Anna wants
Fair
the
enough.
living room. But
Because I'll have to listen to it because yes, that's an idea, but then I would have to be in that room, be quiet most of the day, not be able to play my games without headphones, and
oh
not
yeah,
have
because you'd
the
be
dog.
next door to me. You couldn't be making noise.
Yeah, you've got a big mouth.
Excuse
Exactly.
me.
Kev, not you.
Oh, okay.
I
I was like, who's rattled your cage today?
But yeah, it's all moving very, very quickly. We could potentially have the keys by this time next week and be moving a week or so after that. So there might be a little bit of disruption when it comes to our presence on the podcast over August because we might not have internet or rooms temporarily. What it does mean, of course, is we could do a podcast on location when Sheepdog and Pab kindly offer to come and help us with the move, which presumably they're about to do. And we can just record all the podcasts live and in person, which very kind of you to offer. We'll only need you for a week or two and it'll be fine. Anna can't do anything. You can't expect Anna to lift.
I can't.
If you both take a couple of weeks off work and come and do all the heavy lifting for us, that way I can make sure my toy room is exactly right and Anna can not hurt herself and you two can do all the lifting and we'll do some podcasts as well. So it's basically work anyway if we record some podcasts while we're doing it. We're all agreed? Excellent. We'll see you in a few weeks.
I'm away 2 weeks, sadly.
You don't know the dates. You're
Again,
not
opportunity
anywhere.
missed. What do you mean again?
You're always away.
Like every other week you're away.
That. Yeah, you're always away.
It's summer holidays, and Mrs. Sheepdog wants
Not
to
for
go
you, it's
somewhere.
not.
Well, how do you know, Pab? Do you know what I get up to?
She's been on your holidays.
We know you don't go on holiday with your family. They go without you,
Yeah,
and then you go on your separate holidays.
I was asked to book a week off, and we haven't booked anywhere yet. I don't know what's happening. But
there you go then. So what you're telling me is you've got a week off work when we need you to take a week off work to come and help us move. Well, this has all worked out perfectly.
I was trying to avoid wording it that way, funnily enough. I don't know what's going on.
Your kids are old enough to do a bit of lifting now as well. I forget how old they are. Bring the whole family round.
You've got the money to get a nice, healthy moving firm in to just carry everything around.
Yes, but I'd rather spend it on toys.
Well, just think how much Anna will enjoy just having like 3 hefty, muscle-bound blokes running around topless, putting all the stuff down around the house.
You guys are pervert.
Anna,
do you want to see muscly men shirtless or Sheepdog shirtless?
I don't think Sheepdog will ever be shirtless.
Which doesn't happen.
But
does
I cannot. I feel so hopeless sometimes. I cannot do
Sheepdog, see what
lifting. It's so. I hate it. I've got.
This has got deep because of your laziness.
I'm
Sheepdog.
seeing the neurosurgeon in October.
Neurosurgeon, not just a normal surgeon, a neurosurgeon. And you can't be bothered to use your week off to do all our lifting for us. You absolute monster.
Pab's always
Pab's
free,
already agreed. He already agreed.
Yeah.
We heard him.
I'm doing enough heavy lifting in September, carrying you around Spider-Man.
Oh, good news. We've cancelled Disney and we're going to use that week when we've got you to do some more moving.
Just turn up on the train and just take me straight back to your house.
Exactly. Right, here you go. We've got some lifting to do.
How far are you going anyway? Is it like different town, different
No, we
county?
could. If
streets away.
If I trained for a week or two, I reckon I could throw a ball from here to there. I'd probably hurt myself. There's a chance I'd dislocate my shoulder. Yeah, I can't just throw it that far immediately, but if with enough practice, build up the shoulder muscles enough, I reckon I could throw a ball that far.
Yeah, it's not that far.
So
yeah, not very far.
You won't be living on the Pokemon gym anymore. You're gonna have to get the Antic to move it.
That is one of the first things that I thought of after I checked the broadband speed. I then checked the Pokemon situation over there. There is none. So yeah, I'm gonna have to
go out.
leave the house in order to play Pokemon.
You can nominate stops. You can just like take a little picture of it, write a little bio, and send it to them. And if you're
there is a little like grass open area on the street. I mean, it would be a stretch to describe it as a park, but I think if
so
I photographed it from the right angle, I reckon I could sell it as a park. So
You've
I
been
might
outside my
nominate
house,
that.
Kev. The
Yeah,
bench
that's what I'm
outside my
thinking.
house is
It's
a park.
very similar to that. And
Yeah.
I'm thinking if you got away with it, there is, and I think that's just close enough to the house that, yeah, that we might be able to get ourselves a poker stop here.
I dare to call it Chapman Park or something like that. Just
I don't see why I shouldn't.
the
really.
Lujo Green.
Yeah. But yeah, I will definitely be making a nomination, and fingers crossed. I mean, I guess worst case scenario, just buy a swing and stick it, because there's no actual play area on there. But I could buy a swing and stick it on there, and then take it back to Argos afterwards and be like, "Look, there's a swing."
The people who do my nominations locally are wangs, because I basically had before I just nominated the patch of grass and called it a park. I went into the nearby field and took a picture of a post and then put a picture of an arrow on it and said it was a mile marker. And people were just like, there's not a mile marker there. I tried just making a fictitious park, and that didn't work. I tried
How
so
have
many
you not
things.
been banned from this program yet for fake submissions?
I don't know. They're not very good at, following
I
the
studied
threads.
really hard for the exam to qualify for that. I feel like I might have wasted my time.
It wasn't a hard exam, Kev. It asked a couple of questions.
It wasn't for me because I studied so hard.
I think that's probably why so many of my legitimate ones get rejected, though. Like, I realized because it's all done on a grid system, and the park that does exist down the road from me has like 4 grids touching in it. So I keep trying to nominate things that are in different grids, and they keep saying it's all part of the same park that's already in there once. And I'm like, you idiots, read between the lines. We can have 4 bloody stops there if they stop being annoying. But because they're playing that nerdy other game that's all about
Just buy
turf.
a football goal and stick that on there and say, look, it's a football pitch next to the park.
I tried
you
to
could probably
submit.
get one from Argos for like 30 quid. Just stick a goal on there.
There's a big rectangle drainage thing that's there, and I tried to submit that as the football pitch, and they rejected it because it's rectangular. I was just like, yeah, the boundaries of the pitch are where it dips down, and they just replied, no, it's not. It's a drain. I was like, okay.
Hopefully the people around here are much better paid. Let's face it, I'm a local legend around here. I've held a gym for 4 years, so they'll see my nomination and bestow upon me the respect that they deserve. I want to add some words to the submission. Let me have this one, and I'll free up the gym I've been holding, and you lot can have the gym. I think that might be a good deal.
Because you don't look at your own area specifically. If you let me know when it's on there, I can have a look and see if I could just wave it through.
That's what I'm talking about. We're playing the system, boys and girls. Very exciting. But yeah, that's exciting news.
Busy week.
Moving house. Yeah, lots of exciting stuff going on. We'll have to go to IKEA again, Anna, to get some more of these cinnamon things because they're nearly all gone. Who thought it was a good idea to just buy one bag of them? They're so delicious.
They need to sort out their postage for stuff that isn't enormous, because then you can just get them on a constant delivery.
Oh, God, that's a good point. We're going to do an order for delivery for some furniture. Can I add cinnamon things into my furniture delivery from IKEA and get it all within the delivery fee? Maybe
yeah, I'm pretty sure you could. We got some stuff for my daughter's room on the IKEA finance, and that came with some snacks as well on finance. Officially still paying for them. How much
interest have you paid on those snacks? Yeah,
I don't even know. I think it was 0%. I'm pretty sure it was 0% interest. But yeah, that's probably the longest it's taken us to pay off a snack in a while, because we only did that earlier in the year, so that's still been paid for.
You are absurd, but you have inspired me, and I may try and do the same thing. How many snacks is a reasonable amount of snacks, Anna, to put on finance?
None.
All of them.
Yeah, we'll see. But with all that going on, obviously, I've barely had time to do any work. Never mind actually play any games for recreational purposes. So I've spent all of my free time playing with graph paper, sketching out rooms. But the poor old estate agent let us in the house again the other night with a tape measure and a laser measurer and my notepads, and was like, I just want to measure up for a little bit. She came and knocked on the door again after half an hour and said, are we getting on? Not understanding how we could have possibly needed to be in there as long as we were, while I'm measuring every last detail and recording video of me doing it, so that I've got the evidence that I did it and explanations of what I was thinking at the time. I've got like 20 minutes of prime YouTube content, if I decide to make this a video, of me just explaining to myself what I'm going to do and where and which measurements are what. Past Kev has done a very good job there, but the poor lady was just sat out on the driveway, said, I'll just return a few emails while you measure up. We wouldn't have left after half an hour.
She's got her admin done for the month now.
Yeah, exactly. And the appointment was at 5:30 in the evening as well. So it was obviously, she thought, I'll nip out and do this at 5:30, then I can get off home afterwards. Nice early finish. We're there, gone 6 o'clock, still recording myself using a tape measure. And yeah, for some reason, she hurried us along. Unreasonable, if you ask me. Very unreasonable. But yeah, someone else talk about video games.
I was going to say, is that our cue?
Yeah.
Oh God, I've just woken Pikachu. If you can hear him singing in the background, I don't know how to turn it off.
He heard you were going to cheat at Pokemon Go and has just got all upset about it, did he?
If you can hear it now, it's because I moved it right next to the. Shut up, Pikachu. I think
sure that's Pikachu and not the birds outside my window. They're having an argument.
Are they saying Pikachu? I mean, mine was singing a Pikachu song. What was I going to say? I've completely lost my mind there. Games, yeah. So I got the thing I've been waiting for all year with me talking about Neopets every week. Somebody messaged me and said that because of me talking about it, they've started playing it again. So thank you to that person. More of you need to get on Neopets. I've been playing the event on that. It's been fun. It's called The Void Within. I've talked about it plenty. It's just daily tasks to do. I enjoy it. I get up, I do a bit of work, I go on my break, I play Neopets for a bit. I collect all my bits of void energy and weapons and so on and so forth, and power up my pet and move on. And I'm just enjoying that every day. There's no there's no end game on it. I'll just discover new things I want to collect, like stamps or rocks or whatever they have on there. It's very good. It feels like a sort of Animal Crossing style thing without the annoying characters chipping in everywhere and stuff like that. It's just nice and slow and building my own little thing, and it's just fun. But I was delighted to get a message about that because, yeah, no one had messaged before. It's like, yay, there's somebody else playing it. Building. I've got a few people I know who play it now, which is cool. I continued more of Suicide Squad. Is it Kill the Justice League or Defeat the Justice League? I went back to it because I was like, no, I should play it.
Good.
I'm glad I did because it suddenly gave me that feeling that I was getting when I was playing the Square Guardians of the Galaxy game. It had that kind of comedy characters, bits and bobs. It's still in the battles. It's a bit of a free for all. I feel like I'm just running riot, shooting blindly. I accidentally pressed a button and I did a move, and everyone was like, "Good work, Shark," or something like that. I thought I didn't really mean to do that. It was a mistake. I keep toying with the idea of doing a public game and seeing if anyone else is playing to join it. But I also think what will happen then is I'll end up just following someone better than me. So I think that's a bad idea.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
Yeah, it's funny. Sometimes I'm a little bit like, Shark feels a little bit like he's oh god, I forgot his name. It's in my head a second ago from the Guardians. Like they feel like they're being too on the nose with him. God, what's the guy called? The bloody wrestler.
Drax.
Yeah, Drax. I feel like King Shark and Drax are basically the same character in these two, and except King Shark's a bit more of a studious or whatever the word would be, and the story's cool. I'm enjoying it. I feel like if you didn't pick this up in the freebie from Amazon, see if there's any other way to get it. That, like, I'm a bit wary of saying. I don't know what the price is at the moment, but I was wary of saying get it for like full price and all of that because I feel like it has been a letdown in that regard. But for outright free, it's obviously fine. I feel like get it when you can, get it when it's cheap or on Game Pass or whatever sort of thing it would be on, because it's a bit of a story. It's fun. It's comic book stuff, isn't it? So it's convoluted in a way that you've got these characters getting powerful enough to beat actual Superman and so forth. So yeah, check it out. I'm glad I went back to it. I need to find the time to actually sit and play through it in big chunks because I was still playing Midnight Suns. And so now I'm playing them both. And I'm like, these are both games that need a dedicated focus and a bit of obsession. They're big games. And I haven't managed that very well because again I haven't really got much to say about Midnight Suns, but I played that as well, and it's like I need to pick one, focus, get it done, and then pick the other and focus and get that done. I have also been toying with getting Baldur's Gate 3 on the PS5 for my birthday, and I'm like, I know I'll enjoy it, but do I really want to add a third game into the mix with this? Every time I go on the Epic Store and play Suicide Squad, I see that I have Cyberpunk installed and haven't played it. So I'm like, putting myself in every direction at the moment with this. But yeah, no, Suicide Squad is good. I think that's everything. The only other thing I had was Community Day at the weekend. If you're listening on when this comes out, there's a Mega Lucario raid event thing on Pokemon Go this weekend. I can't remember if it's Saturday or Sunday, so just check your phone if you care, check your phone and it will tell you. But that's good because it's only just been released. It's the first day it's coming out. I've loaded it up. It's between 11 and 5 on Saturday. So if you're listening exactly when this comes out, this is your reward for doing so. Well done. Go and do the raids. Invite me or I'll invite you and we can raid together. That's me done.
Trying to think if I'll be around on Saturday at that time, Sheepdog. Maybe.
You should be in the gamepad because you still haven't done your login every day for 30 days straight.
Have you checked my login?
I mean, I haven't actually. I'll check now.
Check now because you'll be pleasantly surprised.
Ooh.
I might be around later in the afternoon, Sheepdog. I'm going watching the Deadpool on Saturday, so that's my plan on Saturday.
It says you haven't visited Focus on 30 days in a row. You've done me like a kipper there, Pab.
No, I haven't done it 30 days in a row, but I have now done it 10 days in a row.
All right, well, it doesn't tell me that. It just says whether it's done or not.
I went out on Sunday and actually did a stop for you.
Good lad. Keep
Odds are I won't keep that up for 30 days, but progress. Progress.
Kev was a legend with that. He managed to get it all done in time for Go Fest, except the last, was it like a heart or something?
Yeah, he's on a stop.
And then somebody abroad.
And it's not like me to do something obsessively for 30 days in a row. That doesn't sound like me at all.
No, I had a right touch with that. So I just, come on, Pab. You're standing in the way of glory here.
Yes, sure am. Do you want me to go on, or have you been doing anything in particular this week?
Not anything particularly great. I finished my Disney Castle. That took how many weeks, Kevin?
2 months.
2 months on stream. Okay. So 3 hours stream. Took 2 months. It is now built. It is very, very tall. And now I've got to move it. I've got to move it. It's gonna be fun.
And now you smash it up and you start a stream all over again. Another 2 months worth of content there.
All my Lego is on the 3rd floor, and I can't do stairs without using my arms.
Just got to throw it all down the stairs.
I was going to say the advantage is you've got a window. It's Lego. Just sling it all in a bin bag, throw it out the window, and then you can put it all together again.
Yeah.
I'm
if anything, that's double the value on that set because you get to build it twice. I'm basically half price now.
Please don't. I hate moving. I hate it. Feel myself getting stressed out about it.
Well, you'll be very excited to know I've just sketched out the floor plan for your room and it works. So
with all my billies and all my Kallaxes.
All but one of them, but I'm replacing them with different shelves. I have a plan. I'll explain it to you after the podcast.
No. Do that tomorrow. I am going to bed.
Tomorrow is after the podcast, so don't worry.
So I built that, I finished that, but now I can't build. Well, I say I can't build anything. I also built, and this is before we were like actually moving because I had already started it. And so I've also built the Hocus Pocus house. So I've also got that. I have no more shelf space, and I have. Hold on. I have 3 Billy bookcases and a Kallax that has the Disney Castle on and some other bits on. I have too much Lego and I've got to move it all. I feel sick. So anyway, games, because yes, we were told we were moving. I don't stress out until like things have been signed. Things were signed like a day ago, and now I'm freaking out. So I have been playing games because I'm like, nothing's gonna happen because I like to bury my head in the sand. So I played. I don't know why. Well, no, actually, what I was going to do was I was going to play. Sorry, because my brain is just fried. What I was actually going to do is I turned on the Xbox and thought, I'm going to play Guardians of the Galaxy. It is not on Game Pass. I thought it was.
It was at one point. I think it went off.
Well, that's stupid because I didn't want to play it then. I wanted to play it now. So I binned that idea and then I turned my PlayStation on and reinstalled Red Dead. Yes. Two.
Okay.
I have finished this game, but I like Arthur. He is my favourite, and I like him having a horse, and I like going around and just looking at things. So I did that for a bit, and then I went down like a hole of old stuff. So for 2 days, I played Mad Max.
Okay.
I don't know why. The last time I played this was 2017. It's quite old, but I don't know. I just wanted to play it on the Xbox because it was $2.99. I thought that's a bargain, so I'll have a bit of that for $2.99. And I have just been riding around in my car with a chum bucket. And my dog who never shuts up. But I think I have been nearly finished this game, but I don't remember anything about it. I remember one camp. That's all I remember. I went through it, got all because you have to kill all the people, find all the scrap, find the insignias, and then sometimes there's a piece of special loot there, and that's what you do. And I remembered that one. And I thought that was fun. So I went to every camp I could find that was where I wouldn't get annihilated. And just did that for a while. But then I got bored of that. And then what did that... Oh, and then... So I got bored of that, went on to Game Pass, thought, what do I want to play? Oh, what I haven't played for a while. Ah, I know. Wolfenstein 2.
Okay, now you're talking. Yep.
I don't know. I just wanted to play that because the ending of that, the end scene of that is I know I can't swear. Well, it's just fabulous. It is just great. It is just pregnant lady, you do you. It's excellent. So I just play that for a bit because who doesn't like a bit of that that story. I do like that story because you start it because I think before, if you had a save, it would already know your choices. So whether you save the I don't know his name because I never save him, or Fergus, and I always save Fergus because I just find him hilarious. But this time, because I was on the Xbox, it obviously didn't have a save, but it let me it put me into that because you watch this whole cutscene from the first game. This is before anything has happened, and then you're in a dream state, so you're waking up, but then because you're knocked out and something happened, I forget, you took a grenade or something, and then you get to pick again without having to play the first game. So I've got to pick Fergus, like I said, because he's brilliant.
Oh, really? Okay.
I love Fergus.
I thought you might have picked the other guy because you hadn't picked him before.
No, because he's just an angry Scottish guy, and I just find him hilarious. But he's he listens and he'll do what the team needs to do. I think he's funny. So I've just been playing that. Again, there is a old Doom game in there you can play if you want on an arcade, because this time you have a submarine. So you have all these areas that are just there's a shooting range, there's a bar, there's all rooms, You get some like new characters. Like I've been to America, to the top of the Empire State Building to rescue the resistance from there. It's a fun game, but yeah, nothing new at the moment because I don't think anything's out until the end of August, which is like a good thing because we hopefully would have moved then. Kevin's away for the week and I just get to play and sit again without feeling guilty that I'm not helping with the moves because like I said I don't know if we said it here, I have to wait for the neurosurgeon which is not until October, so that's all. That's me. Sorry if that was a bit of a mishmash. I just had to remember in my tired brain and stressed out brain that was happening.
Like I say, you say you've not played. You've played a bits of
Everything.
all sorts. Yeah.
I really wanted to play Guardians of the Galaxy, but I didn't want to play it on the PlayStation because I like achievements, and I went on there. It's like 59. And I was like, no, thank you.
Really?
I don't want to play it that much.
Wow.
Yeah, I wish a Game Pass is good, but I wish it was a little bit. I wish they didn't take things off because, like, with Andy, I can't remember what game it was, but they took a game off there, so I had to then go and buy it, which I don't begrudge Andy a game, but the fact that it was on there and then they take it off and it's like,
yeah, I have this with Ollie. It's a headache, isn't it? Because he'll sit down to play the game that he suddenly remembers he loves, and then it's like, oh, it's not there anymore. Can you buy it for me? And sometimes, like you say, if it's normal, a little price, but if they're like, oh, it's 60 quid now, you're like, no, thank you, Xbox. I guess I'll just endure a meltdown now. Thanks for that.
Exactly. It does cause meltdowns. Like I think it was, I don't know, Lego Undercover City, and I had to come pay like full £60 for that game, and it's such an old game. But I had to because meltdowns, and it's not good. Whereas with PlayStation, when they give you your monthly games or whatever, they are yours.
Yeah,
you have the licenses. Yes, if you don't pay the monthly subscription, you don't have access to them, but as soon as you pay that, they are there. They are not going anywhere, and it just annoys me because I was like, I want to play it. Let's put it up. Not there. So yeah, like I guess I am an old woman and I can just like I can pay £60, but I didn't want to because I already pay like the top amount for Xbox, and I don't know, no thank you. Like not when it came out and then I'd take it off, like but yeah, I've had a mixed smash of games for the past, I want to say 10 years. Like I think Mad Max was 2015. So yeah.
Sounds right, yeah.
Mad Max is like a fun game. Yes, it's 10 years old, but it itched an itch that I wanted to have itch playing that game. He's a moody man. You've got that crazy man in the back, and then you also have a three-legged dog. So it's all fun, and then you've got Arthur, who is just Arthur. Like he's just doing what he needs to do, and then some killing of other people. So yeah, a bit of everything. So stress of moving. So yeah, at least we move. Kevin's away for a week, and then I get to see Pab and go to Disneyland. So you know what? It could be worse.
You get another week off of Kev. You go, it's your problem now.
Yes. Well, I'm gonna hope like you lighten the load. Like I'm still gonna have to look after him. Just lighten my
at some
load.
point, and I'm gonna turn to you and go, I need an adult.
Yeah, I can't let you two go.
This implication that I need supervision.
You do need supervision. If I let you go off, Kevin, you come back with like I asked for. This was for you. I was like, I want the Stitch pillow. It's just a tiny little Stitch that's a sleep pillow. Just want it. He came back with the biggest Stitch you could find.
Also, having been to every shop in Disneyland and made a video about going to every shop in Disneyland, I literally went in every single shop there.
and couldn't find Pandora. Like Pandora is in the castle. I told him
Nobody's
go
told
to
me
the
that.
castle.
I had to ask the lady.
You see what I mean? But yeah, that's me just over here stressing, silent, and
So
try not to lose. Oh, and I'm old as well. I have a 20-year-old now. I have a 20-year-old son. I feel so old.
You've got to put that one in the back of your mind and try not to remember that how old he is now.
It's
oh my word!
Like how old's your eldest sheepdog?
15.
Yeah, see, he's got 5 years yet. Wait till they all move out. You don't know what to do with yourself. It's so weird.
Oh,
You're just
I've got lots of suggestions. It
it's
didn't
just
take me
like
long figuring out what to do with myself. I bought a lot of Lego, and
Yep.
I stopped having to behave myself.
It's weird, but don't have kids, people. I love my son with all my heart, but oh my god, he's 20. Oh, he's 20. Like, I don't like it. He's my baby, and it's so weird. But yeah, that's female stuff. I'll just keep that to myself.
So just going back to games tracking? Have you played Guardians of the Galaxy before? You have, haven't you?
No. I've played it twice all the way through.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to play it on the Xbox.
On the
and
Xbox,
get
right? Okay.
Because I remember it being on there, but
Yeah, fair enough.
It just wasn't there. So
I was just wondering because I know there's a sale on PlayStation at the minute, and I imagine it's not. I imagine that's probably dirt cheap on there.
Yeah. Oh no, I have it on disc.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm like with discs? I save every single one of them. Like, there's nowhere to sell anymore, and selling them isn't worth it because you're paying more for postage than you're gonna get for the actual game. Like, yes, there's some rare games out there. Like, I sold oh god, I can't remember what it was called now. Project Photo or something, some Japanese game, and I got £45 for it, but I didn't know it was worth that. But yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy is probably dirt cheap on a sale, and it's going to cost me more to send it than to keep it. And I like my discs and my games. I like to have them lined up. It's just one of them things, and it's like collecting.
So I have a question. The PlayStation sale is on.
The what sale is?
PlayStation sale is on.
Sale is on.
Kev's not going to have any input in this realistically. He might do, but I doubt it because I'm going to ask him. I'll ask you something. Is it worth me getting both Final Fantasy VII Remake? What?
I was getting my input in early.
Oh right, okay. Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth together. It's 70 quid.
Yeah. 20, did you say?
70.
70 for both.
I'll take up the no position.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Rebirth is fantastic. I feel like Remake will be a I mean, I enjoyed it a lot, but it's more of a build up. It's more of a walk around
from what I've heard.
Whereas Rebirth is like broad and open and great
but I mean, you don't expect that. If I was to do that, I'd have to play Remake first. So you couldn't really rely on my support in Game of the Year stuff for Rebirth because I wouldn't have got to it. I imagine I probably won't get to it till next year at this rate.
You might get to it quicker than you
think. Might do. I don't think that one's that long really, because it is very linear. It's not as open as the other one.
Yeah, I'm just so torn because I know I could probably get the remake on PC now at this point for whatever it is, 35 quid. And I've always bulked at that price. I'm not paying 35 quid for a game that's like that's at 50% off as well. 35 pounds for half price. I'm like, it's 4 years old.
Yeah.
How are you still charging? How do you still want at full price, you want 70 quid for a game that's 4 years old.
Because the new one came out, and now they know.
Oh no,
yeah.
Well, this is the thing, that the lowest price that's ever come down is 50% off at £35, and I'm like, it's still expensive. But then again, that's cheaper than the 70 that I'd pay. But then I'm in a conundrum because like by the time I probably finish Remake, Rebirth will probably be out on PC, and then I could probably play that on PC as well. I don't know. It's something I need to think about this week while the sale's still on.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it now, having a look what there is.
Yeah, I don't know. We shall see. Anyway, what have I played? I don't know. You probably haven't played this then, Anna. I played the Concord beta at the weekend.
Yeah, I'm not interested. Like, I want to. Like, what? No, not I want to. I see it. It gives me Guardians vibes, but I do not like the gameplay. Yeah, no.
Yep. I only played it for probably not a ton of time because it was a pain to play. The game itself was fine in itself. Was playing the game, it wasn't bugging out or it wasn't horrendous to play or anything like that. It was a perfectly functional 5v5 hero shooter. Where you have, like you said, Anna, there's like a Guardians of the Galaxy-esque like storyline around it. And you played either team deathmatch or like the kill confirmed or whatever they equivalently call it. I can't remember what they call them, different names. But so well, first things first, you log into the game, sign into the PlayStation account, and I was like, oh yeah, of course that makes sense because that's what they want you to do these days. So I did that. They're well doing this through Steam, by the way. So we do that, and then try to invite friends. Nobody showing up online. Nobody showing up online. So you open the Steam profile. I can see you there. I cannot invite you. I can see what you're playing. I can watch what you're doing. I cannot join your game. I can't invite you. 10 minutes trying to do this, trying to turn it off and on again, trying to reset it. Turns out you have to invite through the PlayStation app. However it is, the PlayStation overlay. Yeah, on PC. You have to use the PlayStation overlay and invite. So then I had to send friend invites out to my friends on to make them PlayStation friends because I only realistically play with them on Steam and Epic. So then and then you invite them through that, and it's like that is really convoluted. I mean, even Helldivers doesn't do that. Helldivers, well, yeah, it doesn't make you log into PlayStation and only be able to invite through your PlayStation friend accounts. So we did that. We get put into a game, and you get like match made up, and it's just like a pick your character screen, and you have a timer on it, and you can't have multiple of the same characters, like 15 characters to pick from, I think, something like that, give or take. And there's a timer ticking down in the bottom corner, and you just have however long to pick a character. And if you don't pick one of them, it just picks one for you. But the problem is that it doesn't tell you what any of the characters do.
Right.
So you don't know which character, like, people compare it to Overwatch, and it very much, it's a hero shooter, similar to something like Overwatch. But Overwatch, it comes up and it says, like, these are your attackers, these are your support, these are your defenders, sort of thing. And it has like delineates which each character is. So you can probably like sync up better with your team if you have like a tank, a healer, and an attack player, sort of thing, like that. You have good synchronicity, so you can do all that sort of stuff. With this, you're just picking characters at random because you don't know. It doesn't tell you what each of them do. You could do with just having something to say. This character is this type of player, and this is his moveset. But it didn't say that, so you run into a game not knowing what character you've picked, what abilities they do, and you just die eventually. And you go back to the screen and pick another one, and you just like pick a mix, just randomly just picking characters until you find one that you like. At that point, you've lost 35-6 because you don't know what you're doing, and the other team
Yeah.
apparently do know what they're doing. So that was just frustrating to me that I didn't really understand what was going on half time. And whenever I did find a character I did like, I went into the next game and that character was already picked, so I had to then go again and find a different character. And I was like, it seems all right for what it is. It seems okay for what it is. But they want 40 quid for this game. And it's like so it's not a free-to-play game similar to something like Overwatch is, or the game that's coming out later in the year, Marvel Rivals, which seems like is going to eat this game's lunch sort of thing, because it seems a similar sort of market. But that is free-to-play. This isn't free-to-play. They want 40 quid for it, and you've got to have to... Yeah, I can't... Like I say, it seemed perfectly serviceable game. I just don't know how it will fare for an audience when, like I say, Overwatch is there, and even the Overwatch audience is waning now. So maybe there is maybe there is a chance for some people to get in and take some of that audience away from them, because people are looking to be away from it these days. I don't know. It seemed all right for what it was, and like I say, I want to like it because of the, like I say, sort of the story that's going on, and there is a story in there that apparently every week there's going to be new cutscene that comes out and kind of explains a bit more of the world and the story of going on, and there is like the initial cutscene story in there, and then you just get thrown into the shoot 'em up game. But I don't know, it seemed all right for what it was, but I don't know whether I'll be dropping any money to get this game, because and if it doesn't sustain anything, even if you get it on a sale, you're going to be going in. You're relying on a player base, which probably isn't there. So it seems like a bit of a catch-22 that you can't win either way. What else have I played? Let's have a look. I've played about an hour of Flintlock. Have we heard of Flintlock? Possibly. It was in the Game Awards stuff. Yeah, no, Game Awards. Summer Game Fest a month or so ago. I've only played about an hour for reasons I'll get to at the end of this. But the premise is there's like a portal which is releasing like zombie like dead monsters out of it, and you're trying to hold them back and fight them back. And you have like an expedition of people trying to hold the tide and blow up the portal and stop them from coming through. And in doing so, you do manage to do that. You remove like it's not a shield, but it's like a, I don't know what I'm thinking of. What is it, like a barrier? You remove a barrier which releases a god that is trapped in whatever it is, and now you have to try and kill the gods, which is what the tagline for the game is: kill all gods, or whatever it says, or something like that. And it plays it's just they say it's a Souls light, and it plays a little bit like a Souls game, which I can't really be doing with right now, because I'm currently playing a Souls-like game in Elden Ring. So I've kind of distanced myself from this simply because I can't. The controls are slightly just different enough for me to mess me about, that I can't be playing these two things at the same time. But anyway, after you do this sort of like this whole thing with the releasing the gods, you come across one of these like lesser gods who wants to kind of put them back in the place, and he's a little fox-like creature, and then he gives you some special powers, and you can now like do like double jumps and little like glides across the points in the world and what have you. It seemed interesting enough. It seemed all right enough. It felt a bit more sluggish than than Elden Ring or a Dark Souls game, but I feel like because I'm that early on, I feel like there's a big old skill tree, 2 sets of skill trees that you can go through. I think that might help improve some things at a later stage. It might become a bit more fluid, especially with mobility. Yeah, so we shall see on that one. We'll see if I get back to that at some point. Hopefully I will, because like I say, it seemed all right from everything I've seen of the trailers and stuff, and I was quite excited to play it, but I didn't realize how much Souls-like it would be. I didn't take into consideration that I'll be playing so much Shadow of the Erd Tree DLC on Elden Ring. So, speaking of that, I have played more. I continue to play more. It's become one of these ones where I've gone down the rabbit hole again, and now I'm just doing things and trying to find out where the best spells are and because I'm all mage build, and I'm trying to find where the best sorceries are and incantations and different things and all different builds that work. And I finished. I want to say I finished the Emir. Is it Emir? I finished the Emir storyline, which took me to like a world of fingers or whatever it was called. I can't remember what it's called. I called it like it was horrible. It was horrible. They had these like worm-like creatures that shot these like pink rings at you, and then as soon as you got hit with it, it paralyzed you, and you kind of froze still, and they teleported to you, and they tried like eating you. It was horrible. It was rough, that area. I didn't like going to them. And in doing so, trying to find one of the powerful sorceries in the game, I found myself out at the Door of Mesmer, which is like the poster boy of the Shadow of the Erd Tree DLC, and he's the one he's the statue that comes with the limited edition. And I eventually beat him. He took me about between 8 and 10 goes to get right, to figure it out. So that's roughly where we're at with Erd Tree stuff. We're getting through it. We're working our way through. I'm exploring new areas and finding things. I finally found the farm location, where there is a grace point right next to a bridge. You get up from your grace point, and you walk over to the edge of where the bridge is, like on a rock side next to the bridge. And the big flame boy comes along, and at the other end of the bridge, and he sees you, and then he does a massive like flaming tornado portal thing and destroys everything on the bridge, and then you just take all the runes and you rinse and repeat again. And you don't get tons. It probably is efficient because it's like literally probably about 20 seconds at the most before you're going back and resetting it and doing it again and again and again. And I've done that once when I was like a couple of 100,000 runes off of leveling up, and I was like, I'm not going into bosses at this point. I'm going to level up. But it seems like you're safe doing this because the actual fire tornado doesn't reach you. It just hits the wall that you stood in front of and just kind of bounces back. But I've died twice doing it now. And people who were watching me said they have never seen anyone die from this. Yet I've managed to do it twice. It's not a massive deal because it's literally you go and pick up your runes again, which are right next to the grace point where you respawn at. So it's not a massive deal, but it is intriguing that I've managed to do it twice inadvertently. Just stood there, just watching the fire come in, and it just kills me. Yeah, I'm back in on Elden Ring again, like before, where I'm now watching YouTube videos and following guides as to where I need to go to do these certain things and beat these certain people and find all these things. So it's been fun again to be doing that. And the last thing I've purchased a game on the Nintendo Switch.
Ooh.
I know I don't do that very often these days. But I have the Nintendo World Championships NES edition. It helps that it wasn't that expensive. It's like 25 quid. And I was like, okay, that's for Nintendo, that's quite cheap for what they do. It's normally a minimum of 40 quid. So this game consists of, I want to say maybe 10 games, is it? I think it is. I'm looking them up now because I don't remember how many it is, but it's like your base Mario, original Super Mario Brothers, originals Legend of Zelda, Mario 2, Zelda 2, Kirby's in there, Donkey Kong's in there. I'm just rattling them off which ones are in it now. It's just driving me insane now. It's going to drive me mad which ones they are. But anyway, so this game is all about being like speedrunning. It is like there are small little challenges for you to do in each. There's like, I don't know how many there are for each one. There's at least 10 challenges in each game, and each one you have to do a certain thing, and then to get the fastest time. So, for example, one is get the mushroom on 1-1 at the very start of Super Mario Brothers, and you have to just run in, get the mushroom, and it goes boom, done. There's your time, and it gives you a ranking. And then you want to get faster and faster and faster till you get to an S rank. I think I'm at A+ with that one. I've not got to S rank yet. I think I get to about A+, and I kind of go, that'll have to do. I can't do better than that. I like the fact that there's a quick reset button. You hit L1 and R1, it just resets, and you do it again, and you just go again if you know full well you've messed up a run. So they can be as quick as that, because that's like, I think the fastest in that is like 3.6 seconds, something like that. So it's not like as if that challenge is done, but then some of them can be like a minute and a half long, so it's a long trial. So you have to do like pretty much a full level. So there's that mode where you're just going through each challenge and trying to just beat it. And every time you beat a challenge, you get coins, and then you unlock the next one with coins. You like effectively purchase the next one with your coins that you get. And then there's like a mode which is like a, I don't know what it's called. I'm gonna actually look, my Switch is here. I'm gonna turn on my Switch. I'm gonna look it up while I'm here. It is called. Oh no, it's connecting. There's a problem. It's connecting. But what's it connecting to? Because there's going to be a wondering what you're doing in a minute. There is just a World Championships mode where it gives you every week. There's it goes week by week. There is a set of new challenges, like 5 challenges. 5 challenges from the game itself, and it says, and it's like beat these challenges, and at the end of the week it'll give you a leaderboard of the best ones in the world, the best times in the world, and see where you come basically overall, like based on like these 5 challenges that you do. But the problem is that is the only leaderboards that you kind of see after every week. The game doesn't have any leaderboards in there at all, like for friend list, for seeing what your friends are doing. I feel like that would make it a much better game, where if you had all your friends on this list of like challenges, and you're like, okay, I need to beat Kev's time on this level. I'm going to, yeah, exactly. So, but it's just not there. There's nothing like that there. I suppose you could, like, at the end of the week, you could peruse through the world, the long list that'll be there, and see where your time is, and then see if you can find your friends on that list somewhere. But it happens once a week, and it's set to 5 challenges only. It's not like every challenge should have like a friends leaderboard, or just a leaderboard in general, just to see what they're looking like. There is a survival mode in there, which is sort of like, it's kind of like a very small battle royale. It's a multiplayer version. It's not a multiplayer. So it kind of is, but it isn't. So it's like you load into the game, and you are loaded in there with, like, I think it's 7 other people's go. I think it's 8 player, maybe 10. You load in with the ghost times of everybody. Basically, everyone's replays. Sorry, I was coughing. So you load in with like the ghost replays of these random people that you join in with, and you have to be the fastest one. You play it live, and you have to be the fastest one, and then every time like the level finishes, 2 or 3 are eliminated, and you move on to the next round, and you do it again, and you do it again and again till you whittle it down to like you are the best one in this survival mode. So that is there. There is that sort of online stuff, but again, it's all random. I don't think you can invite friends to this. You can't make a survival mode game. You just kind of get put into it. So there's no other way of playing with your friends. So there's no other way of having a competition with people. So I'd really like it to have something like that where you could actually just make a party and set up a actual competition sort of thing, but it's not really there. The only way you can do it is realistically is like finish a time, get a time on it, and either save a video of you doing it or save a screenshot of you doing it and then posting it to Twitter. That's how that's how you show your times. And even then, I think the Switch has now discontinued the support for Twitter now, so you can't even just go direct to Twitter. You've got to again take the screenshot off of the Switch onto your phone via the app, and then post it that way. So you can post it to Twitter from there. So yeah, I like the game and the premise of it. It's a nifty little game that you can just play at and just try and be good at some of these little challenges. It's sort of like the challenges are a little bit like. Do you remember NES Remix back in the day? I think it was on. That was on 3DS, I want to say, and maybe.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Wii U, somewhere like that. It was somewhere like that. It might have been on Wii, but NES Remix was like you had little series of little challenges you could do, and it was like a twist on NES games. It's similar to sort of like that. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right for what it is. Like I say, ideally it could be a lot better, but it's not. It's not a definitely avoid sort of thing. I quite enjoy just doing the challenges. And if anyone is playing it, let me know your times. Let me know how you're getting on.
My time is just slightly faster than yours, and ironically,
is it
just ahead of you? Yeah.
Yeah. What's that then?
Just like whatever yours is, it's like 2 seconds faster.
2 seconds.
Yeah, 2 seconds.
Wow, that is real pro, isn't it? Actually doing 2 seconds.
It's not always 2 seconds. Sometimes it's like 1.8, but on average, about 2 seconds probably.
I see.
Are you playing this, Kevin?
Yeah, I'm better than Pab at it.
And there's no way of me ever checking that he's doing it because there's no online leaderboard for me to find out.
Just take it as a
I've
very plausible
gospel. Yeah, I've just got to assume that he's right, and
obviously, I mean I would say that's probably a safe way to get through all of life. Really, just assume that I'm right.
Yeah.
Highly recommended.
Yeah. Other than that is it. That is your lot from me this week.
Well, in that case, we'll wrap things up there. Jolly good. If you want to hassle us on the internet, boys and girls, you can do that at Mgukpodcast, or you can follow me at Lelujo.
And I'm at RB6K.
I'm Miss Lelujo.
And I'm at Pab1986.
And we'll see you next week, boys and girls.
Have a good week.
Bye.
Thanks for listening, folks. Bye-bye.